Welcome to the fourth video in our time clock conversion series. In the last video, we tested the login functionality using a incorrect password. So before continuing, we have to handle this error. I'm going to break the code. All right, there's an issue here. Yes, let's fix it. And let's try again. And I'm going to try an existing password. The password is 3131. I'm going to press F7. Alright, close. Attribute a new query. Put the parameter, open, and try if the query is not empty. Alright, we found a record. And right here, we're getting the AMP ID number, which is the number 14. Alright, right now I'm going to stop the execution and um, the first step is I today we focus on enhancing the FRM punch form by adding a public property called AmpID. This property will store the employee ID, allowing us to assign and when displaying the FRM punch. The form will then automatically load the data for that specific employee. So let's dive in. I'm going to open our FRM punch and I'm going to create a local variable called fampid string, and I'm going to create a property ampid string reading values from fampid and writing in a new method called setAmpID. By pressing Ctrl Shift C, alright, the Delphi automatically create our setAmpID, which will get the value and attribute in our local variable. So if we go back right now into our Unity login, I'm going to insert a begin block, begin end block, and before to call our form, I'm going to set which employee we want to show the data. So we can call the AmpID property and say, all right, right now your AmpID is our local AmpID, which we get when we check the pin. When we did check the pin, we did get the employee number. All right. Right now, in our FRM punch, instead of filling the edit text with the Apollo tables table pins, we are going to make a copy here, edit to dot text equals. Um, we can call the method get driver name because we had previously created here with from an MPID we can fully get the name, the driver name. By the MPID we can run a select, get full name, middle name and last name, and this function returns a full name. Alright, I'm going to create here, as I did here, I'm going to create an instance of our service. As I have explained, I prefer to work like that, instancing a copy of those objects. And I'm going to add this object, the creation, and destroy this object. I'm going to create this object on the create method, farm create, f MySQL service equals the my TimeClock, if I'm not mistaken, TimeClock MySQL service dot create. Here we go. And for every object created, manually created, we have to destroy this object to avoid memory leaks. Free. Alright, back into our activate form. We want to fill our addict to with our driver name. So right here f I can call f my service dot get driver name, passing our self dot amp id. I can pass just the local variable. And the rest of the code we can comment. Okay, let's run our test. I'm going to type 3131 and I am going to put a breakpoint here because we want to test the other queries. Alright, F7 for the pin, we close the query, we attribute the new command, we pass the parameter 3131, open the query, and since it's not empty, it means that the result must be true and the local variable will be returned as 14. Alright, right now before show our FRM punch, we know which employee we want to show the data. We want to show the data for the employee 14. Alright, F8, F7, and let's test it. Alright, and I'm going to press F7 here to make sure our second query, if our get driver name is working as expected. Table drivers, close, a new text, 14, open, The query is not empty, and alright. The result is, here we go. We do have the full name here. Um, alright, it's not showing exactly, but in the next video we will try to solve this issue. I'll see you in the next video.